comic turned television hit Umbrella Academy is one of the highest rated shows on Netflix. People fell in love with it and went wild for the first 2 seasons. The feel of the show hasn't been able to be replicated or repeated, even with it being part of a huge superhero genre. However, with the exploding popularity of Umbrella Academy comes to worry that season 3 is never going to make it to Netflix for fans to stream and binge. Well, Umbrella Academy season 3 may never come out, and today we're asking why. Number 1. Filming delays. Despite having the 3rd season being confirmed months ago, there have been some ups and downs with the filming. Trying to carry forward with filming during a global health crisis has proven to be difficult for television shows, streaming shows, and movies all alike. It was no different for the Umbrella Academy. They struggled through 2020 to get filming underway, and in early 2021, it was confirmed that they managed to resume. That being said, it's still going to come with its own challenges. There have been no changes to safety protocol even a year later. With the constant testing, the social distancing, and potential for there being shutdowns and quarantines, this could mean that the final season of the Umbrella Academy could be pushed back by weeks and months. It's going to take a perfect scenario to make sure that the filming is complete on time. Because of this, there's going to be a loss for Netflix, and that has a real potential to cause the show to be cut before it even has a chance to make it back to its next season. Number 2. Decline in popularity. We talked about this in a previous video. With the pandemic taking a toll on filming for nearly everything for almost a year, there's also the risk of views going down. The first 2 seasons scored in the top 3 for the streaming popularity on Netflix, and while fans might be itching for more of the Umbrella Academy, there could be some harm done if viewers are left waiting for too long. It helps the stars of the show, along with producers and even the original creator of the series, constantly talking about it, giving updates, dropping hints. However, there's no telling how well the tactics will work until it's finally down to the wire. The issue with it, Netflix has a bad habit of not wanting to wait and find out. They could look at future projects compared to continued shows and decide that the newer projects are far more worth the risk in the long run. Now, in recent news, it does seem like this isn't the case at all, but there's always that worry, especially when the show held an 84% risk of cancellation in only October of last year. Number 3. Netflix likes cutting shows. This is a real peeve for a lot of people that use Netflix to get their entertainment. Netflix has struggled to keep up with other streaming services because it has a bad habit of cutting popular shows at their prime. There are more than plenty of examples of shows that Netflix has sliced when the price starts to get too high. Sometimes the cost isn't worth the viewership, sometimes the cost because production is expanding due to the popularity causes Netflix to cut it. Lucifer is a great example. Netflix saves the show only to cut it when the show peaked. Production costs going up and Netflix refusing to pay out. It would seem that Netflix has a real struggle at determining when a risk is good or bad. Any risk seems to be too much for them. With the show like Umbrella Academy, it's no different. This is a show that relies heavily on post-production graphics and designed to bring the powers of each of the characters fully to life. As the show carries on, if there seems to be any wavering that could leave Netflix execs questioning the cost of the show, it runs the risk of being cut. This is definitely frustrating for fans that would happily tune in and keep those ratings up if Netflix would just leave things be and take the risk. Number 4. Too many writing challenges. During a panel last year, Umbrella Academy was talked about. One of the things that was brought up by series creator Steve Blackman was the difference in writing. There were originally no plans for season 3, and to go along with it, the struggle of writing short scripts for season 2. The team behind Umbrella Academy wanted to stay true to the comics written by Gerard Way and illustrated by Gabriel Ba. However, it was decided that 45 minutes was a far easier time for episodes. This created a challenge for the writers since they would have to cut down the scripts. While that could prove easy enough on longer running shows, for one that has 10 to 12 episodes a season, this would mean cutting down a lot of details and plot due to the shorter length of the episodes. Of course, this did not seem to hurt season 2 at all, as it was popular as the first season. However, with Steve Blackman expressing that he had creative freedom moving forward with the show, this could become a struggle when trying to coherently tell a story that seems to have many moving parts to keep up with. If a show fails with its writing, the rest of it rarely matters. So the writers of Umbrella Academy are having to step up to the challenge, keep the show complex while fitting the needs placed upon them to shorten the length of the episodes for Netflix execs. Number 5. Funding. It was openly discussed as well. There were many pieces to season 2 that could not happen due to expenses. This could cut into the quality of the show as it and its viewership grows. Steve Blackman discussed during the same panel that there were several song tracks that he had hoped to gain rights to but couldn't due to the cost. This shows that while the creators and producers behind Umbrella Academy are doing a great job of bringing this fantasy show to life, it's not exactly a top priority for spending where budget is concerned. This could also hint at future problems when production and post-production are reached for season 3. Like many other shows, with each season comes a higher expectation. Higher expectations means greater spending. While there has been some hints dropped that the cast of Umbrella Academy got raises, that doesn't mean that Netflix isn't necessarily going to be willing to drop loads of money into a show that might only last a few more seasons. This could harm the show and in turn the viewer ratings. If that happens, then it can mean doom for Umbrella Academy in general. The showrunners have gone even on to talk about how much they are expanding on the show for season 3. They want it to be bigger, better, more wily than the last season. That's going to cost, and it's only a matter of hoping that Netflix is willing to put into production what it's worth to make all those things into a reality. Now, some good news is that this is all rather hypothetical because Netflix has indeed announced that season 3 of The Umbrella Academy is in production. In fact, it just wrapped up production at the end of August with minimal hiccups and delays, an accomplishment that was only possible by shorter filming days and massive safety precautions. That means the new season is heading for post-production. It seems as though, despite the hardships of last year, Netflix hasn't quite given up on this one. If there are no issues or delays in the following months during post-production, fans will excitedly get a chance to enjoy some of their favorites sometime early next year. Unfortunately, because the delays put things back so far, there isn't going to be any trailer or post-production shots to enjoy for a while to come. Last season, the shots and trailers did not arrive until weeks before the new season dropped. The other thing is that we're going to have to wait on is that release date. For season 2, the release date came only 3 weeks before the actual drop of the season. If we're waiting for around another year and a half for the show to end post-production, we're definitely in for the long haul when it comes to knowing just when the new season is actually going to air. Things go wrong, agendas change, and that isn't any secret, especially when it comes to Netflix. Any of the reasons that we've talked about today could easily spell the end of the show, and it's no wonder why so many fans are a little on edge with all the radio silence. However, for now, it's safe to say that the show is carrying on and we'll have a new season to look forward to in 2022. It's a shame that such a popular show had to get put on hold, but we're all just glad that it didn't end up on the infamous Netflix chopping block. However, that's all we got for now. Thanks for watching and